Okay, we are recording. Welcome to our Monday night Dream Team call. As of right now, we are going to be doing just one call a month. Okay, I'm seeing Chelsea's cat and I'm dying right now. This big cat just showed up in the screen. Um, we are going to be doing only one call each month now for the Dream Team. So just kind of plan on that. Fit Fighter Nation has taken their calls down to once a month. So we have theirs the first Tuesday, and then mine will be the third Monday of every month. So just kind of know that, because we are starting to get to where we have a lot of teams within our Dream Team, and they're wanting to maybe do their own team calls. So this allows for their team members to be able to join this call, Fit Fighter Nations, theirs. That way they're not too overwhelmed with so many team calls. With that being said, for my PS coaches, I'm looking at the possibility of doing just a PS coach call also for my Dream Team PS coaches. But I'll keep you updated on that. Okay, so I want to give some shout outs because we already have some girls that have hit Success Club this month. So congratulations to those that have already hit Success Club. Congratulations to those that are on the board, period, and are changing lives and doing the daily activities that you need to get up on that board. So congratulations to all of those people. I have a few dates that I do want to go over. Just so you know, on January the 29th, I am going to be starting a general group for anyone that is not doing 80-day obsession. So if you have anyone that's not in an 80-day obsession group and is just doing something general and they need some extra support, and you may already be doing that for some of your people, I don't know. But if you need the help, please let me know. And as long as you don't mind, let me mute everyone real quick, guys. There we go. As long as you don't mind jumping in the team in that page too to help your client, then you are more than welcome to come in and you're more than welcome to have your clients. But I don't want everyone just throwing people into this group that I'm doing because without you being in there, because they signed up with you. They signed up for your help and they have a connection with you. So you need to be in there helping them. That doesn't mean you have to lead it, but you need to be in there helping. Also know that on February 12th, I think I said 15th earlier, on February 12th, we are going to start a second 80-day obsession group because we feel like there are a lot of people right now that missed the boat. And now that they're seeing our posts and what we're doing, they're interested, they want to join, and they missed it. So we want to come back and say, you didn't miss it, here's your second chance. That is going to be led by all of the diamonds on the Dream Team. That way it's less on our plates to have to be leading two groups plus a general group. And that way, because I don't think we're going to have as many. For example, right now, Sarah, Bree, and myself, we have 80-something people in our group. I don't think we're going to have as many for the second round that are going to join. So we're all combining forces. But if you have anyone that wants to do 80-day obsession, February 12th is going to be the next start date. And you need to know that date because when you're having those conversations behind the scenes, that's what you need to be letting them know. And we're going to kind of talk tonight about how you can also make sure that you're sharing properly on social media to get people excited about 80-day obsession. I think that is all of the important dates that I have. I do want to let you know February 6th is Fit Fighter Nation's team call. Coit Cooper is going to be doing that call. Some of you may know who that is. He is a motivational speaker. Yeah, Lisa's clapping because she knows who he is. Most people pay to go see him and listen to him speak. And Natalie was able to pull some strings because she's kind of friends with the family and get him to speak on the Fit Fighter Nation team call. So that again is February the 6th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, I think that is all of our important dates. So I'm going to go ahead now and get into the meat of the call because I know a lot of us have a bedtime with our new 80-day obsession, so I don't want to keep us on here too late. I want to make sure everyone's getting the amount of sleep that they need to. But we really felt that social media was an important topic and something that we really needed to cover in this call tonight. And I know you're hearing a lot about it right now. You're hearing about it in Fit Fighter Nation on the social media makeover. If you're in a training right now, maybe it's the new coach training or maybe it's the other training that we have going on. You're hearing about social media, but there's a reason you're hearing about social media so much. because it's really important to your business that you've got the foundation of social media and that you've got this under control before anything else. Because as we've said before, this is your storefront. People see this and they're going to decide whether they want to continue to look on your social media page, continue to look at your Facebook, whether they're going to come back and keep visiting you. So this is why we are digging so deep into social media, because we want to make sure everyone has a good understanding of how to get on social media. I see a little one flexing some muscles back there. He is so cute. Okay, so he is a doll. All right, so consistency is the number one thing that I want to talk about. And I have had the question before, like, what do you feel like has made you successful with this business? Consistency. The fact that I show up every single day, no matter what. And I know I've used this example before for some of our older coaches, but I have pleurisy and was put in the hospital once for that and laid in the hospital bed and posted on social media. No, those were not great posts, but it was consistency. And I knew that me showing up and not disappearing from social media for a few days would help my business. So consistency. You have to post 2 to 3 times a day. Now, does that all have to be like amazing content? No, it doesn't. But you have to show up 2 to 3 times a day. We got, Aaron gave us, we had a diamond call today, and Aaron gave us a statistic that I was kind of shocked to hear. People log into Facebook 14 times a day on the average. 14 times a day. People that are not working their business on social media log on to social media 14 times a day. Once an hour, people get at least on social media. At this point, people are on Facebook more than they are watching TV. So that means we need to be consistent and we need to be what they're seeing on Facebook. I mean, this is an amazing opportunity that we don't have to go out door to door knocking or trying to sell or whatever. They're already here. They're here and they're watching us. So just show up. Show up and be positive, because there's so much negativity going on in the world right now that who would not want to be around the positivity? And I think it was maybe Christina that did a post the other day about, like, she sees about how people are talking about what the negative things on Facebook, and they don't like Facebook because it's negative. And she said, well, I don't know what these people are talking about, because everyone on my social media page is positive. And that is so true, so true. So who wouldn't want to be a part of this? But you got to be that shining star in all of the negativity. Okay, so we're posting 3 times a day. And I'm going to kind of help you with that and tell you what to post. But I want to let you know that you're posting for engagement and you're posting to give them value. Whenever you post, those are the 2 things that you need to be thinking about: engagement and value. You need to provide one or the other. Value being maybe you're giving them a recipe. That's value. That's something that they're going to want to keep coming back to your page for. For me, that's something I like to do a lot, is recipes, because a lot of my busy moms like to hear those recipes. They love recipes, and they're going to keep coming back to my page for the recipes, and they're going to keep looking at my page to see if I'm posting a recipe. Because that's what's important to them. So recipes, I do at least 1 recipe a week, sometimes 2, to help with my engagement. Also, adding value could be a fitness tip. And you don't have to be an expert to share a fitness tip. Danielle Natoni, I listened to her speak one time, and I loved listening to her speak, because if you didn't know her before Beachbody, she was not into fitness at all. She was a teacher. Which is hard to believe now that she was not into fitness, because she's such a fitness expert now. She's on all the Shaun T videos. We all know who she is. We all associate her name with fitness. But before then, she was a teacher, and she knew nothing about fitness. And her story was that she would flip open a fitness magazine, close her eyes, and point. And that's what she would post about on social media that day. So any fitness tip, whether you get it from a magazine, whether you go to Beachbody's blog, whatever it may be, just share those tips. Overcoming obstacles is also a very good thing to post about, because we have to be truthful and we have to be authentic, and we're not perfect. And if we portray that we are perfect, we're going to turn people away and they're not going to be interested. Now, no, that doesn't mean that we need to be constantly like saying, oh, I fell off the wagon and now I'm back on. I fell off the wagon and now I'm, we can't be that way. We have to show up, but it's okay that we mess up. I messed up hard with my ankle. Whenever I broke my foot and sprained my ankle, I went downhill like no other. But me coming back on my journey really brought a lot of people because they knew that I finally related and I can understand what they were going through trying to restart a journey before. Little things like I posted this week about, I don't want to work out in the morning. I think people just automatically think I enjoy working out in the morning. I don't. I hate it until I start. So I posted about how I overcome that obstacle. Post about how you overcome the obstacle of working out at home and maybe not in a group fitness class, or continuing your reps. How do you keep pushing through those reps? What's going on in your head? That's what people want to hear about. That's how you provide value. Whenever I started as a coach, we did not have training. It was kind of me and Aaron on our own, and we figured it out as we went. I listened to the National Wake Up Call every week without fail. I have never, ever missed a National Wake Up Call. So I would highly recommend listening to those. You can listen to those, and this is when I listen. I listen when I'm in the shower. I listen when I'm putting on makeup. I listen if I have a car ride. There's times that you can just listen to them. Yes, you can catch them live every week, but you can also listen to them playback on podcasts. So National Wake Up Call. That's how I got ideas for what to post about. I also researched and I Googled and found out who the top coaches in the network were. And I followed them on social media. And after I followed them, I looked at the things they were posting about and the types of posts that they were posting. And then I copied it. No, I didn't copy and paste it. Do not do that because that's not going to be you. But for example, if someone posts about their bands and something about that just gives you an idea. Oh, I can post about my bands. Or someone post, I remember Melanie Mitro posted a skinny margarita, how to make that. And I was like, that is a great idea. How many people would love to hear that? So I found my own skinny margarita recipe and posted that. So don't take their words, be you, but take their ideas. That's okay. They're experts at this. They're good at this. So take their ideas of what they're sharing. Okay, as far as, I know some of the times we sit down and we want to post something and maybe we sit there and we stare at our phone and we think and we don't know what to post, or maybe it takes us 30 minutes to post. Danielle Natoni's made fun of her husband for that. I watch her and over again because she'll post him starting to post and 30 minutes later he's still sitting there trying to come up with what he's going to post. Don't do that. Just get it out there. Whatever you're thinking right then, that's you. That's the authentic you. So get it out there and post. However, I know that some of us are busy and it's hard to kind of come up with, oh, I need to post a recipe today, or, oh, I need to post a fit tip or a transformation. Write it down. Sit down on Sundays whenever you have a little more time. Maybe if your day isn't Sunday, find another day to do that. Sit down and write down on a calendar what you're going to post about each day. Write down on Monday, you're going to do something motivational. And these are some ideas I'm going to give you, but I also want to let you know, I went to Pinterest and there's so many good ideas on Pinterest of things to post about. And that's kind of how I found my ideas when I started. On Monday, that's a good day to do motivation. On Tuesday is a good day for Transformation Tuesday. And I want to add to that, if you do not have your own transformation yet, that is totally okay. You share one of ours. You share one of the transformations in the Dream Team. Maybe one of us you see post a transformation story and you can share that. Or we have a file in the Dream Team called Transformation under the photos where you can pull any of those pictures. How do I say this? They were made aware that whenever they posted those pictures there that they were available to share. So you're okay to share any of those pictures in the Dream Team transformation file. And your transformation doesn't always have to be physical too. Maybe you're not going to have a big physical transformation. It can be mental. I've transformed so many more ways than just physically. I've become a better mom. I've become a better wife. Again, transformation physically. I have more energy, just mentally, all of those things. You can talk about so much more than just your transformation. So Tuesday is a good transformation day. Wednesday, water or Shakeology. And I'm going to talk a minute about how to post your Shakeology here in just a second. A food recipe is good on Thursday, and you can switch this up. You don't have to do it in this order. Flex Friday, we always like Flex Friday because that's fun. But look on Pinterest, come up with some ideas, brainstorm on your own. Lindsay's going to talk in her video about the color wheel, which we all kind of know about. Take your ideas on the color wheel and post about those. That's what that color wheel was there for, to give you ideas to post about. Facebook Live. At some point, you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone and you're going to have to go live on Facebook. I see head shaking no already. And you're going to have to go live on your Facebook. And the reason being is the way that Facebook's algorithms are set up. If you go live on Facebook, you're going to have more traction on your page because Facebook wants you to stay on Facebook longer. And the way you're going to stay on Facebook longer is if you're doing a video. So if you are helping them to stay, for their people to stay on Facebook longer by watching your videos, then they're going to help you and they're going to boost you to the top of the algorithms. So that is one of the reasons that Facebook Live is so important. The other one is because it gets them to know you, gets your clients and your prospects to know you on more of a personal level. It's just not you typing behind the screen. They get to hear your voice. They get to see your sincerity. Maybe they get to see your nerves. And you know what? That's okay too. Like, I remember the first time I was terrified to do it. I'm pretty sure I was broken out in red hives before I started that video. So it's okay. It's okay to be scared, but you have to move out of your comfort zone and you just have to do it. And I would just recommend just doing it one day. And maybe something that you feel confident in. Maybe if you feel confident with your workouts, show your workouts. Show the last 5 minutes or 2 minutes of your workout live. If you feel comfortable in the kitchen sharing a recipe, then do that. Something you feel comfortable with. Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about curiosity marketing. And then I'm going to let us watch Lindsay's video because I told Lindsay to keep it short and sweet, but those of us that know Lindsay know that it's not short and sweet. So I want to get us onto her video before long. Curiosity marketing. So important in this business. Not showing your Shakeology cup. That's probably one of the most important tips that I can give you. If you're showing a picture of your Shakeology, that's totally okay. But make sure that it's not in your Shakeology cup and make sure that you're not saying Shakeology in your post. You want people to be curious. Just like when you show a picture of your new shoes and you say, look at these new shoes, aren't they? Like, I love them. They're the most comfortable and this and that. And then people start messaging you, well, what are those shoes? What's the brand of those shoes? Where'd you get those shoes? Because they're curious. You have to make them curious about what you're doing. And the way you do that is by not telling them everything up front. Because I can tell you from experience too, when you tell people Shakeology up front, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to go Google Shakeology. And then they're going to find the price of Shakeology and then they're out. Because they don't know the value of Shakeology yet. They just saw the price and that scared them away. You have to share with them the value before you share them the price and before they find the price. You have to share with them how it makes you feel, how awesome and everything we love about it before they go Google it on their own and make their own opinion. Not that we don't want them making their own opinion, but we have to share the value of that first before they go Googling it. As far as our programs go, you don't want to say 80-day obsession because then they can go Google it and they can find out everything on their own about 80-day obsession. And then you don't get to have the conversation with them. You just want to talk about the program you're doing. You can say the 80-day program. That's fine. Your 80-day commitment, whatever. But don't say the name of the program. Don't say Beachbody. We don't want them to go Google everything and find it out on their own. We want them to come to us for questions so that we can start those conversations and start talking to them. So with your curiosity marketing, just make sure that you're making, and think about that when you post. Like, what can I say that's going to make them want to ask me what I'm doing or what kind of questions they can come up with? Also, one more thing I want to point out before Sarah shares Lindsay's video is the importance of not only posting on social media, but inviting behind the scenes. Those two things go hand in hand. If you do one and not the other, you're not going to get SC. Like, and I know that. I know that if you're not hitting Success Club, that you're not doing both things. And if you are doing both things, then chat with me and you're not hitting Success Club, because maybe we need to tweak some things and work on some things. But more than likely, if you are posting on social media consistently and you are inviting at least 3 people a day, you're going to hit Success Club every month. That's all I do. That's all I've done. I have hit Success Club for 50 months now. Like next month is going to be 50 months for me of hitting Success Club. And it's just posting and being, whoop, whoop. It's just posting and being consistent, and also inviting behind the scenes. Just because we post on social media does not mean people are going to come running to us asking for our help. Can't tell you the number of people that I've messaged and they've said, oh, I've thought about messaging you for like a year, but I've been too scared to reach out to you. Like, people are watching, and if they like, sometimes them pushing that like button was hard enough for them. So shoot them a message, and it doesn't have to be a, hey, join my next challenge group. It just has to be a, hey, thanks for liking my post. Would you like any more information about what I'm doing? Or would you like to hear more about what I'm doing? Don't like go crazy on them and start just sharing all kinds of information. Just thank them and ask them if they want to know more. Sometimes they'll say yes, sometimes they'll say no. But we have to do the behind the scenes work. And you also can't invite and not post on social media and expect people to say yes, because what's going to happen whenever you invite someone, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to go to your social media page and see what you're all about and what you're doing and check out your energy. So it does go hand in hand, and I just want to make sure you know the importance of that. The 2 main things in your business you need to be doing every day. If you have no time to do anything else other than your workout and drink your Shakeology, you need to be posting 3 times a day on social media, and you need to be inviting 3 people. And you need to be adding people to your Facebook page, because if the same people see it over and over again, you need new people. Sorry, guys. Okay, I think that's all I have. Sarah, can you share?
Yes. Whoa. Hi, work. Okay. All right, here we go.
Everyone, it's Coach Linz, and I'm coming to you today to talk about as a business person on social media and using social media as one of the biggest influencers on how you can get your message across to other people. Now, before we start, I want you to consider this. When you post on social media and you have an intention of helping others find a healthier and happier life, every post that you post should have something of value that would help somebody have a happier or healthier life. One post might feature a tip about nutrition. Another post might feature a tip about exercise. Another post might feature a tip about believing in yourself, right? But whatever you post, the intention of where you're going with your life and what you hope for others should be very present, okay? Now, with that in mind, who are you speaking to when you post? Because if I was speaking to my father, who's almost in his early 60s now, and is a businessman, his interests and everybody who is like him interest is very different, and I would use a professional voice. I would use, if I was trying to speak to them or sell them the programs that I'm really hoping to share with other people and get them on board with, then the voice, the tone that I would use when I was typing out would not sound like I was talking to my girlfriend, right? But we are in the business of people. We are in the business of helping other people, and your greatest asset is who you are and who is going to relate to you. So my posts do not speak to my father and his group of people. My posts do not speak to women who are a lot younger than me and aren't really necessarily interested in like the family lifestyle and healthy lifestyle that I'm helping my husband and my son and my unborn child, maintain, right? I am speaking to people who are going to relate to me, who are going to get me, and who I want to join me in a challenge group and join the journey with me. And eventually, the people who I want to mentor as future coaches who help others the same way that I am. So we have to know who we're speaking to, and that's what I'm really going to start covering tonight. I'm going to first talk about creating your avatar, how you do that, what questions you ask yourself as you create an avatar, and how you use this avatar that you have in mind as a way to voice the message that you are presenting in any given post, any given day, okay? So I am really considering today how you are going to create an avatar, and in the comments below this video, I am going to post the outline of what I created on Canva to show me who my avatar is. But what I do is I take a photo of myself from 3 years ago before I really started this journey. So I was a teacher, I was newly married, I was caught up in a lot. And in a kindergarten classroom, I was stressed out all the time because I had parents calling me and asking me questions, and a lot of them, just constantly were seeking help and advice even outside of the curriculum and everything that I provided. And my school system was struggling to find a curriculum. I was stressed beyond belief. I loved my job and I loved what I did, and I felt so fulfilled being a teacher and being a newer wife and being excited to move back to my hometown. But I was just beating myself up and allowing the stress that others carried upon themselves transfer onto me, right? So I have this photo of me, and it reminds me of that time in my life. And I put that photo along with my stats. So who am I speaking to? I'm speaking to my old self, and I want to answer these questions. I want you to write down these questions. They will also be posted alongside this video in our group, okay? But go ahead and write these down. And I want you, after this training, to consider the answers to all these. So if you were speaking to yourself 3 years ago, or anybody who is like yourself, just before you started your journey, who would you be talking to? And the first question is this: what age range are you talking to? You should have a target age range, okay? All right? And typically that'll go like 5 years younger than you are, and maybe 10 years older than you are, okay? Because that's where you're going, right? You're still going to be aspiring to do the same thing that those people 10 years older than you are. That's just my personal recommendation that I use and is effective for me, because my challengers range are in that 15 year range for me, okay? Number 2, your location. Where are you? Like, I'm in the Midwest, so that I speak to people who are dealing with the Midwest winters and things like that. Like, that comes out in my voice a lot, right? Number 3, what's your career? Your past and present career, because a lot of people change their careers throughout the course of time. So for me, I'm a former teacher, and now I'm a stay-at-home mom. So I really speak to both groups of people, right? All right. But again, you're thinking about your past and present careers, but maybe even just some things that you've dabbled in. Like, even in high school and college, if you had a lot of experience, say being a lifeguard or something like that, like, that's a group of people that you can probably relate to a ton. So think about careers even throughout your life that you've done, or that you've been a part of, or that you know a lot about. Maybe if you do have a spouse and they're in the military, or they're in some line of work that requires you to know a lot about what they're doing or what's going on, you consider that too, okay? Number 4, who does this person live with? So do they live with anyone else? Who is it? Do they have a spouse? Do they have kids? Do they have pets? Like, what's that family dynamic or that demographic look like, okay? Number 5, what is your dream vacation? If you could go anywhere, where would you want to go? And for a lot of us, that's a place that we've already been, right? Like, I've been to Florida, or I've been to Hawaii, and I just love the sun and being on the beach. I want to go back there. Think about that, because that's what people are dreaming of. And when you have a part-time business that you can save money for, like, Those are things you want to be talking about, and maybe even saving up for yourself and talking about it there. Okay. Number 6, where have you vacationed the most? So for me, my family vacationed a lot in like Orlando, Florida area and Steamboat, Colorado. So those are 2 things growing up where I really like knew like the Disney and Universal Studios stuff as a kid, and then getting into the mountains in Colorado. Like those are 2 things that I don't hardly ever talk about, but if I did, the people that had that same experience of me, I could relate to about it. Okay. Number 7, how do you like to relax? For me, relaxing is hard, but when I do relax, man, I love a good massage. I love mani-pedis. I love girl time mani-pedis, like so much fun. So just like I'm talking to you, like you're my best friend, I need to portray this in my posts, when I speak to my avatar, in my social media posts, like this is how I should be talking and thinking about. So when you ask yourself these questions, dialogue should come out that you can put into a post. Number 8, how do you like to have fun or let loose? Like for me, that's live music. And I'm starting to talk about that more because I honestly need to do it more and like give myself that outlet. My husband and I like to do that together. So we're starting to plan date nights. I need to be talking about that and telling people what journey I'm on in my marriage too, right? And it came out of that question. How do I have fun or let loose? Okay. Number 9, what is your favorite kind of food? Number 10, where do you like to shop? And not just go shopping for like cute clothes, but where do you go shopping for groceries? Where do you go shopping to get like the essentials for your family, right? So a big grocery store down in southern Indiana is Kroger. That's where I always go, or Walmart to get the family essentials because they're both only 10 minutes away. Target's harder to get to, so I have to talk about Walmart and Kroger more, but there's a lot more people who only have those options like I do. And if I'm talking about that in my posts, I'm talking to people who can relate to me, not just because they want to get better in their health and fitness journey, but because they feel me. Like I'm with you. I go to the Kroger too, and these are some really great things about the Kroger, and these are some really bad things about the Kroger. I love to call it the Kroger. It's not the correct term, but it's fun. Okay. But again, some way that one of you might even relate to me. Okay. And then number 11, do you have pets? Do you like pets? I'm a rescue pet. We have a rescue dog, and so I have a big heart for that, and I don't talk about that nearly enough. But these are all things, these 11 questions, just 2 more real quick. Your favorite TV show, number 12, and your favorite restaurant, right? People need to relate to you. They need you to talk to them like they're your best friend in social media. That's who they're going to start liking and commenting on people that they feel like they can do that. And I want to challenge you to post about these 7 things, or I have right up here, hanging above my computer at my desk, my color wheel. These are all things that people can relate to, and you should have already done this if you're in the new coach training, right? Talk about that. Like that's a whole separate training, the color wheel.
I think Sarah froze. And I'm not sure if I can exit her full screen or not. Give me just a minute, guys. Exit full screen. Okay. I think she just logged off. Awesome. All right. I think Lindsay gave us a lot of really good information there, even though we didn't catch the very end of it. That's okay. It was a lot of really good information anyway. The one thing I was kind of taking notes as she was talking was the voice. I loved how she talks about using your voice. A lot of times you'll see in my post, I'll say, hey, mama, or I'll say, hey, girl, because that's just what I say. I say, hey, girl, a lot. So whatever, I always envision that I'm talking to my best friend on the phone. That's what I do. However I would talk to my best friend on the phone is how my posts go out on social media, because that's the type of person that I want to be targeting. So whenever you're thinking about your voice and how you talk, and that's why I say don't worry and don't sit there and try to think for 30 minutes about how you want to say this and being proper, and because that's not you. Like, just be you. And I've heard Melanie Mitro talk about how she has spelling mistakes like in her post all the time. And she's the top coach. Like, it's okay. That's her. Like, she makes spelling and grammatical errors. That's all right. That's her. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be you. That is what's most important. The last thing I want to kind of talk about, and then I will wrap this call up for us, is we have a really good video, and I'm going to try to find it and share it in the trainings for those of you that are in the trainings, on being the black sheep. Because I've talked to a couple of our new coaches lately, and even some of our coaches that have been around for a while, about worrying about what others think about them on social media. And I know as a new coach that I worried a lot about this too. I worried a lot about, well, do I know enough to really be sharing on social media or giving other people tips? Or are they just going to think I'm trying to sell them something, or whatever the case may be? With a lot of MLM businesses, I do think that people have that attitude. And unfortunately, we are kind of grouped into that. Although we are not that, not even close to that. We are not selling jewelry. We're not selling leggings. Not that there's anything wrong with that for the people that do that, but we are changing lives. And we have to realize that we are signing people up to change their lives, not just to sell them a pair of leggings. And I don't know, I don't have those leggings, so maybe they are life-changing. But this is a whole different ballgame. And you have to think, whenever you get scared and you get worried about posting and what other people are going to think, what about that one person that sees your post and signs up with you and then it changes their life? That's what I think about. Those are the type of people that I think about. I think about and I look at my transformation stories. What if I had been too scared to post on social media? And then the girl that I helped, she used to be my youth director, but anyway, that lost so much weight that she could like get on the roller coaster rides now. Or what about the man that can now play with his kids? You know, those types of stories, those are life-changing stories. And if I hadn't been brave enough to get out of my own way and post it, then they wouldn't be where they are now. And they connect with me. And I know you've heard Aaron and I share this before, but Aaron and I come from the same super small town. We came from the same family. Like, a lot of our contacts are the exact same people. But people signed up with her for a reason, and people sign up with me for a reason, because they connect with me. And there's people that have signed up with me and had those transformations that maybe would have never signed up with anyone else. So you've got to think about that. You've got to think about those lives that you're going to be changing whenever you go to post and you're worried about what your friend might think, or your brother or your sister or whoever it might be. Think about the people that you can change their lives with this opportunity. Okay, I'm going to turn it off there. I'm going to stop the recording, and then I'm going to open it up for any questions that anyone might have on social media, or inviting even.